gonna get right into it. Last week on Instagram, Papi Chulo was having a viral moment talking about 50-50 relationships with his 14-year-old daughter. And he basically came to the conclusion and said that he don't believe relationships should ever be 50-50, and he is not teaching his daughter to ever go into a relationship 50-50. Let's get into that conversation.
Okay, well, we want to start it.
I want to start with why you feel like that.
Just how it is. She already knows she's watching her father be the leading example of how this shit's supposed to go. I believe it is a right and a wrong. People always say the truth is subjective. No, it's not. The truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Households that's actually sticking together, that's actually built this longevity thing, we all have roles. We have roles to play. And we have our own masculine and feminine to fall into. You know what I'm saying? And by a man taking care of those situations, right? We are supposed to provide, no matter if we're loved or respect. As a man, you're supposed to provide. That's just what we come with.
Right.
So my daughter already understanding at a young age, hey, you're not looking for the archetype of a man that's gonna go 50-50 with you. You don't need a freaky roommate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that what 50-50 is? A freaky roommate?
Hey, who else?
He said 50-50, a freaky roommate.
Splitting bill. If you can't take care of yourself, nigga, you don't need to be in a relationship. I'm all for, hey, build yourself first.
I disagree.
And then seek a woman, because you have to prepare to even be with a woman. Or you just gonna struggle, her ass gonna struggle along with you. You're gonna take her down with you.
What's wrong?
I hate that you say that because
I'm gonna pause it right there. I know we only 2 minutes in. I just want to touch on something that he just said. Who said just because you're not paying all the bills or not going 50-50 that you're struggling? It's a process. It's a building process. And that goes against everything that I would even innately believe in, because I believe in building up, starting early, building an empire early versus meeting a woman while you already at the finish line. Come on, bro. You're gonna be so gated and guarded at that time, you don't even you don't want to build when you already at the finish line. You here already. But I definitely disagree with that sentiment.
For y'all to say that a dude that don't have shouldn't be dating, then when he get rich, y'all shouldn't say that he should be with one woman. So are you teaching your daughter that she needs to share this nigga?
No, because remember, that's subjective as far as rich, right? Rich is different for everybody.
I know dudes who, a provider. Y'all saying
I know dudes who actually
provide,
taking
he
care
don't
of
need to be
60,
in a relationship.
60,000, they taking care of the household.
Well, listen, if he could take care of 60,000,
where they live at?
You saying?
Well, he didn't clarify what broke means then. You know what I mean? Because he just said if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. So what's broke to you and what's, you know what I mean? So what's broke to you don't mean it's broke to everybody else. So to say that sentiment is very disingenuous. And I think he should just speak more to the average American, because he's coming from a place of person of wealth already. He's already rich. He got it already. So from his perspective, it's definitely a lot different him teaching his daughter about 50-50, but I still think you should be grounded in that, though. You should be grounded in that. And let her know, just because somebody 50-50, that doesn't mean you're not working to be successful or building something great. Because if I'm paying everything, if I'm doing everything, I know you like nice things. Who's saving? If I'm the breadwinner, I'm putting everything back, and we fall on hard times, or I get laid off. Where's our backup? Where's our reserves? Now, I get, if you're doing everything, you should already have that in place. But in some cases, you blow through that. In some cases, situations just don't. You see what I'm saying? Who's saving? I say once you get to that level, to the upper echelon, then you can make that decision. I don't know if he's speaking to that or if he's speaking to the average American. I'm confused here. Is he speaking to someone that's already at the upper echelon as far as financial status, or is he speaking to the average American?
Don't be in a relationship. All right. So are you teaching your daughter? Are you teaching your daughter that when she get a dude that can provide, that he can provide for multiple women and just not her?
Nah, she ain't gonna be with a bum ass nigga.
See, that's bum ass nigga mentality.
Let me tell you this. A real man ain't got no time for no thousands of different women.
How come we don't?
I don't. And I call myself the realest of any man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for millions of women.
No, you for sure a freaky bum if you ain't got it together and you trying to date multiple women. That's
you feel me? Like, when do we have the time?
He didn't say multiple women.
That's a different conversation. that's a different conversation. If you having multiple women and you broke, that's a different conversation. He was speaking in terms of you being in a relationship or dating and you don't have your finances together. That's what he's saying. It's a different conversation.
You said dating before you start dating.
He was saying like
Parabundant had nothing to do with money. When they was cavemen, it wasn't about money. It was about just go give me a tiger, nigga.
You're not a fucking caveman.
But I'm saying, so
and we have
why
fucking
y'all
bills.
keep putting money on basic human biology? You can't have sex with
Say
people,
human
bro.
again.
I mean, it
Sex
was
is
I'm sorry. Say human again.
Human.
Human. Say Cuban.
Cuban.
Nah, I don't
Say
really
Cuban,
understand.
please.
It blow me
Cuban.
how I see homeless people having sex.
Cuban go Cuban.
That blow me. I'm not gonna lie to you because honestly, like episode 2, we talked about, you know, people having sex and how like a child could come from that.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is like when I'm going through financial difficulties, I'm gonna say that I'm blessed. I have not, you know, it haven't been like that for me. But when I did, I had no sex drive. I wasn't even in the mood to have sex or be around nobody in that way.
Bro.
Because like I got too much to do. You feel me?
That's a fact. When I was down on my luck, boy, I was broke, man. My dick wouldn't even get hard. That shit I don't get horny. Shit, nothing turns me on, bro. Pockets on the mumps. I'm trying to run it up, boy. I'm telling you.
So like for me, you definitely if a man is a freaky bum, ain't got no money, can't do nothing for you, and he just want to fuck, you done for dealing with that. You
That's
feel
on
me?
you.
That's a fact.
I don't think 50-50 is
I
a
be
bad
horny
thing.
with the 40
And
in
I'm
my
gonna say
pocket.
this because, like I said, it's everybody's situation. Everybody not walking around like you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that to say the world that we living in right now, and even like I'm 34. I just turned 34 in August. And from being a child to growing up now, I just see that it's a lot of poverty. You get what I'm saying?
Listen, but we can't fall into that. We can't fall in that.
That's why you
Especially
supposed
as
to
men.
definitely can't teach
his daughter that. 24 hours.
You can't fall into
listen
that, but
to
the
what
truth
you
of the
have
matter-
though. You try to go get a job. You work a job. You feel me? Then when you get your check, after they take out whatever they gonna take out of it, sometimes people gotta choose whether or not they gonna pay their bills or they gonna eat.
Chris,
That's
so
how
them niggas
bad
in
it
the
is
strip
right
club,
now.
they drinking, they
We
smoking.
ain't talk about that.
They doing all that.
But we not.
Let's say even for the men that's doing right in life, that's doing right by they household,
It's a
that's
struggle
working every day
sometimes.
in real life. Let's talk statistics.
Let's do it.
The average American is making about $50,000 a year right now.
Uh-huh.
That's not enough when it comes to how this inflation is.
It depends on how you live it. It could be enough if you move into a certain place. Remember, you got to move towards your lifestyle.
You have to move towards your lifestyle, but honestly, if you already created a certain lifestyle, even if you are living your most basic lifestyle, people are struggling out here.
Right.
People are.
That's true in essence, but there's always the caveat to that, to where you can obviously live below your means. Now, depending on the responsibilities that you already set forth on you in front of yourself, like kids, like a car payment, like a mortgage, the more responsibility, I think it's harder to get out of a certain situation. And I think that's what she's saying as far as creating a lifestyle. I don't think she's talking about a lifestyle as you splurge and blowing money, going shopping, you got certain habits you can't break. I think that's different. I think she's speaking in terms of responsibility, because that's true. The higher the responsibility and the more responsibilities that you have, it's gonna be tougher, bro. Your life is gonna be a little bit harder, and you gotta make a little bit more money, and more money comes with what? More taxes. So it's still not enough. So that's hard. I get it. What he's saying is minimize the responsibilities if you can, and live below your means. And that's really the trick. That's the trick. You have to live below your means. And you got to be disciplined and consistent enough to be able to get over that hump and get over that threshold and put yourself in a position where you really know it's conducive to where you want to be and where the direction you going in. It all goes back to living within your purpose, dog. You got to have a plan, though. If you don't have a plan, I say just sit back, stack your paper, and continue to study and do your homework on the market of things that you endeavor, that you want to go into.
Struggling to pay their bills.
Who
People
choice
are
is that?
Society
Nobody.
choice.
I just
No, hold on, because men will sit on and they'll down that hill like, nigga, it's just hard out here. Hell no.
Yeah.
I worked two jobs. I had a daytime, nighttime, and on the weekend I'm holding signs for Craigslist. I'm doing everything a man's supposed to do to support a family.
I can respect that. And
Them
I
niggas got one
definitely
job.
I can. Them niggas only going to job, only one job for 60 hours a week. Them niggas be tired.
Yeah, that's disingenuous to say because a guy got one job. You can't move the goalposts. First, it's okay, niggas don't have a job. Okay, when a nigga get a job, it's like, well, you only got one job. It's like, damn, it depends on what I'm doing. Everybody's situation is different. You can't look at it from a general sense when you're talking about an individualistic achievement as far as like getting a job as a man or doing what you're supposed to do as a man, because everybody's responsibilities are different, if that makes sense.
Here too.
Who cares?
They're doing hard. They're working in factories building
Who
cars.
cares? Our granddaddy was in that bitch 24/7. He had to walk to work.
Be clear, my granddaddy, one of my granddaddies was a fucking killer, and the other was a bum ass nigga. So
rent was $2.
That's true.
Back then they could come home and get that
but y'all
check.
do understand we ain't talking about like no 80 years ago. We have the internet. If you on the internet sending dick pics, you on that bitch sending this and that.
That's
and we
free.
understand it's 500 million people on there every single day.
He said that's free.
Hey,
It's nothing for me to upload.
look, there's 500 million people on social media every single day. Niggas is selling shit 24/7. Why haven't you put something out there, a product or something, just to try to combat the times of how hard it is outside?
That is true. And that's called sacrifices and just going and just trying, falling off that ladder and trying again, bro. That's what that's called. But the caveat to that is if I was somebody that was pushing back on that sentiment, which I agree with him. We're in the information age. There's no excuse. You can dive into any market. The caveat to that is a lot of markets and a lot of things are oversaturated and diluted now. Everybody's into everything now. It's a small window of things or sliver of opportunity for things that can be created, or you diving into a market and kind of reaching the top 10% in that market. It's a little tough. There's no excuse because I agree with him. But if I'm a person that's pushing back, that would be my mindset. It's like, damn, this shit diluted. It's oversaturated now. I caught it too late. You know what I mean? But it's never too late.
You try so hard and they businesses just don't take off.
They're not learning from the right people. It's right people that's really doing this that actually has the proof and the results of the
What about
flow.
okay?
So
Or what
hold on,
about
hold on.
I agree with him. If you try hard enough, you're
What
gonna get
about-
there.
I don't agree with that. Like Mark Cuban and Elon Musk said, bro, to get to this level, it takes a lot of luck. A lot of luck. A lot of luck, bro. It takes, and not to switch gears or get off topic, but it's like you leave home at the same time somebody else left home. You drove down the same highway going the same speed as somebody else, but that person probably didn't make it home. That's luck. It took luck for you to make it back home. Y'all did the same thing, left at the same time, drove on the same highway going the same speed, except he didn't make it home. You did. So I think a lot of things luck is involved with a lot of things, bro. Luck is definitely involved, bro. You gotta get some shit. It's almost like you can't choose what family you was born into. You can't choose what country you was born. Like, you know how lucky it is for me to be born here in America versus a country in the Middle East or Africa or some shit like that, or even a country in Asia or something that's underdeveloped, third world. You know how lucky I am, bro? Like, this takes luck, bro. So, yeah, you can work hard too, but man, a lot of luck play a part, dog.
No, not in real
Everybody
life.
trying
Because
to get money.
For everybody like
one
that.
second.
Because they
Let
ain't
me tell
trying
you
for
why.
real.
Let me tell you why that's not true.
Come on.
There are so many situations that's come up when it comes to redlining as Black people. When you start a company,
You can't
and
play
you're
victim.
looking for
Stop it.
funding.
We're not
You're
doing
looking
that.
when you're looking to get funding and you're looking
No.
to grow your business. If you're not a certain credit score, if you're not living in certain zip codes, if you're not doing certain things, you're not going to get that loan.
You don't need funding. You don't need
You don't need
funding.
loans.
Randy, you don't need
Follow
funding. I
Dave
sold my
Ramsey.
damn TV to buy the damn
You
crib.
don't have
I
an
sold my
answer,
Jordans.
Sway.
I sold all my Jordans. I had probably over, I think, $13,000 in Jordans. And I was a broke nigga because that's what we do.
Well, let me hold on. Let me
These
ask.
niggas buying shoes off DH Gate. Who the fuck they gonna
Let me
sell
ask
them
you-
to?
Nah, them niggas in the hood right now.
No, hold on. Pop, he right in a way. Because two things can be true at the same time. I don't agree with the whole a man is supposed to take care of everything when you first started building. I do think that a lot of people got self-inflicted wounds. They out here financing fucking Hellcats. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit that people do.
I mean, the Hellcats do go really fast.
But I'm just saying that if we really want to look at our life, when we look at our lifestyle, a lot of us buy shit that we don't need to impress people, to impress people that don't even give a fuck about us.
Or to feel good about ourselves.
Well, but it's still bad.
So,
but here's the flip side though. As far as bringing it back to the 50-50 conversation, I think that the best time for you to get married is when you don't have shit.
I agree.
Marriage is built for people to come together and then exchange strengths for weaknesses.
What you mean by having, not having? You
So
basic?
Even completely. So like, for example, I know that we like to say that a man shouldn't be in a position or he shouldn't even be dating until he has something. But the problem with that is that we still do shit that you're not supposed to do outside of marriage.
Like
right?
what?
So, like having sex.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and having kids and all of that other shit, right? But here's the key though. It's not to where the problem with men, especially that start to have a lot of resources, is that we're not afraid of marriage, we're afraid of divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't build it with us, so you don't really have no equity in what it is that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I may take.
That's a fact. And that goes back to old boy point in the beginning when he said you shouldn't even be dating if you broke or don't have money. Versus what I spoke on, if I'm at the finish line already, why am I doing this? Because at this point, I don't feel like you're here for the money anyway. Why would I even marry you and set myself up for that? And we can divorce, you can take half of what I got. Versus if we built it together, I know the chances of us getting divorced are kind of slim to none. The number one cause of divorce is money, finances. So if we built this thing together and we saw it from ground up, come on, bro. You're going to be less reluctant to get a divorce.
Take care of you, but then you feel like you have some kind of hold on me or some equity in what it is that I've already came into the situation with.
Correct.
You don't have nothing from that. But if you was there from the inception,
You feel
right,
differently.
and we built it together, which means that I'm gonna have some ups, I'm gonna have some downs. I came out of high school making $120,000 a year.
Baller.
But in 2007, I went completely broke and had to move back into my mom's basement.
Didn't we all?
You know what I'm saying? But my point is that her dedication in that instance really gave her the equity because we was dedicated and we had one vision.
You had a vision though before you met her, right?
But my point is that we didn't have to necessarily have resources in order to build together. You know what I'm saying? We were still having the same one mindset. And as long as we were together, we were stronger together than we were apart.
But
Right.
did you have a vision before you met her?
Yeah, because that's key.
That's important.
That's key.
We need to
You can
know
be-
that.
You can have
No.
little money, but if you got a vision and a blueprint,
But that's additional.
See, he didn't say that in the beginning, but that's not to say that he's wrong because everything don't fit everybody. He was probably speaking to a different crowd in the beginning. He didn't say that. Anton was starting to speak to, I think Anton is speaking to more of the average person, the average American. He was speaking in terms of if you already on that level financially, then yeah. But like he said, bro, two things could be true at the same time. We're going to review a couple more minutes of this and we're going to get on out of here, bro.
Context. My point is that before we had a child, because she hasn't worked a regular job since we had a daughter.
Right.
So she ain't had no regular job since 16, since my daughter, 16 years ago.
I know that's right, Rita girl.
But here's the caveat. When we came together, she was working and she was willing to give me her whole check.
She looked so much.
No. Real talk. Like hand me get a lump sum of money.
Why did she have to do that? If you
No.
don't mind me
I
asking?
said she was willing to.
But why would she have to?
Because she didn't want the responsibility that men would. She was willing to fall under whatever
okay.
vision that I had for the family.
Got it.
Right.
So
My point is,
trusted
and so
She
even,
trusted him that much.
even though she was willing to give it to me, I didn't take it. But my point is that
she was willing.
my point is that
That was
she didn't have one foot in and one foot out. She was all in.
100%.
Or she wasn't with me for what it is that I
Not you
could do
took it.
for her.
Yeah, no, I took it.
But she then became the
look like the type.
beneficiary of what it is that I
He
built,
said,
right?
kind of way, you be taking
looked
your
like
wife.
But all I'm saying is,
I'll let it
I think that a lot of times we wait too long, and then that's when you start bringing all of this trauma into relationships.
Yes.
You can't unsee the person that you had problems with. We start to bring children into the situation, and you don't have no equity, and you don't really build with the person. I know her. I know when she walks in the door, I could tell whether or not she upset, feeling good, all of, just I don't have to talk to her. I already know it.
That goes back to my point. You can't meet somebody at the finish line and expect them to ride or die for you when they had no equity in what y'all was building. You didn't build it from ground up. That's what I was saying in the beginning about Papi Chulo, that I don't agree because that go against my whole ideology and my whole mantra of build this thing up together. Don't meet a guy at the finish line. Women date men based off potential. That's the key, I think. And 50-50 is also the key to longevity in a relationship because you doing it. It's a team at that point. Teamwork make the dream work. Man, I had to cut the outro I made. My mic was muted, but that's all I wanted to review, man. I think it was interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Look, we grinding, we going up, we working, trying to push this content out every day. Look, take care of yourself, people. I love you. Until next time, your boy is out.